Good morning, folks. Hope everyone's well, having a good day wherever you are. Morning here. We had a bit cold overnight, but I think the thaw is going to continue today. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. My local golf course has even announced that it's having its AGM soon, so it's a good sign that we're seeing the last of the snow and we're going to begin to see some grass come through. Anyways, I probably like many of you, I ponied up my $10, 10 US, to be a subscriber to the Ring magazine. I figured, why not, right? Not a great expense, just the digital version. I don't really read paper stuff anymore. Anyways, was looking. I think it was yesterday I saw the Ring magazine ratings, and when I glanced at it, I didn't really sort of register what I was looking at. In fact, to be honest, I thought it was a mistake. But anyways, I've got them in front of me now, and I'm a little bit confused. Now, we know that Turkey Al Sheikh has purchased the Ring magazine, and so maybe there's something going on in the background that I don't know about. Most likely there is. I don't know much about anything. But it struck me as kind of strange. I'll just go through them so that, if you don't have them up in front of you, you'll know what I'm talking about. And number 10 was F.A. Ajagbar. I don't really have an issue there, I don't think. He's 21-1-0, 14 KOs, due to fight Martin Bakole in May. I would have thought Bakole would have beaten him, but of course, after last weekend's performance, there's possibly question marks about Bakole's level of fitness. One would hope that he would be significantly fitter when he takes on Mr. Ajagba. Number 9 is Fabio Wardley. Now, I'm going to say these are the Ring magazine ratings. These are not the various sanctioning bodies, because honestly, they're all over the place. It almost seems like you pays your money, you get a spot. You don't pays your money, you don't get a spot. So I don't know what to say about sanctioning bodies' ratings. But the Ring magazine, I've sort of always thought was, pretty much on. Anyways, number 9, Fabio Wardley. He's 18-0-1. 17 KOs. I could have made an argument for him being a little bit higher, but I'm not desperately sort of, concerned about it. Number 8 is Filip Hrgovic, 17-1-0 with 14 KOs. He hasn't fought since he got beaten by Dubois. I haven't seen anything that would suggest he's got a fight upcoming or anything like that, though I think one of the YouTube channels said that there was an Instagram post about him. I haven't double checked that. I think I would have probably flipped him and Fabio Wardley actually, but that would be really me sort of giving an extra point or check mark for activity. I hope Filip Hrgovic comes back. I thought he took the Dubois fight lightly in a way. He seemed to be. He's got a thing about him. He's very casual, like almost dismissive, like who are you kind of thing. I think he thought he was going to have not too much trouble with Dubois, but Dubois, who was able to eat Hrgovic right hands like I eat cookies, had another thing in store for him. There's also some very dodgy headbutting, but anyways, I mustn't show my bias too much. I know that there's lots of Daniel Dubois fans out there, and I don't mean to be insulting of your man, but anyways. Number 7 is Martin Bakole. He's 21-2-0 with 16 KOs. He did step up at last minute, as I've said lots of times, and already I think people are beginning to sort of forget how unprepared he was stepping in the ring with Joe Parker. But 7 is probably about right. I think I might flip him with the fellow above him, who happens to be number 6, Zhilei Zhang, who's now 27-3-1 with 22 KOs. And that's just because my feeling is that Zhang is probably done now. You know, I hate to use the word exposed. Can't think of another word off the top of my head. If I knew how to edit, I would now pause, think about a word, and then come back in, but I don't. So we're going to go with exposed. As a 4-round fighter, you know, like, of course, if he hits you later on, then of course it's, you know, different. But I think he sort of doesn't have the stamina to keep going. We've seen that. I think he just comes in too bloody heavy, to be perfectly honest with you. But he's also the wrong side of 40, right? So those are the bottom of the pack. And now we have Anthony Joshua, who is number 5. I'm not sure if that's actually a little bit too high. I like Anthony Joshua. I mean, I've always sort of found myself sort of cheering for Anthony Joshua. There's something about the fellow I like. But he's now 28-4-0 with 25 KOs. In his last fights that he won, Swollen, no, well, I guess in proper order it would be Ngannou, who was on his second fight ever. Beautifully finished, but I don't know what, excuse me, I know Ngannou at one time had a WBC rating, but I don't know if we can really think about Ngannou as a real boxer. A hell of a fighter, but not a boxer, you know. And then before that it was Otto Wallin. Before that it was Hellenius. So, well, I suppose so. I mean, yeah, maybe in my view he's a little bit high. I'm not super concerned, but yeah, maybe. Number 4 is Ajit Kabayel. Well deserved to be in the top 5. Well deserved. You know, yeah, 26-0-0, 17 KOs. Above him is Joseph Parker, who's number 3 in the Ring magazine ratings, 36-3-0, 24 KOs. Some people might actually switch those two fellows around. Excuse me, please. I don't really mind. I think that those are fair ratings. They're both inside the top 5, right? Number 2 is Daniel Dubois, 22-2-0, 21 KOs. That's the right spot. If you had Alexander Usyk as the only person above him. Because that would make sense, right? You've got Alexander Usyk up there, you know, as the creme de la creme. He's got former undisputed, was never beaten for his IBF belt. Dubois gets the IBF belt. Dubois had a spectacular run of form. He's, you know, turned Anthony Joshua into a meme. I mean, all that would make sense if it was Usyk, Dubois, Parker, Kabayel. I mean, I think then I would say, oh yeah, that's right. I mean, you could, like I say, you could tinker around the edges. But no, that's not the case. Because Usyk is the champion, so he sits up there. Number 1 is Tyson Fury, 34-2-1 with 24 KOs. But Tyson Fury is a retired fighter, is he not? I mean, if we're going to go put retired fighters in number 1 spot, well, can I vote for Lennox Lewis, please? Because retired is retired, right? Well, what this tells me is that Turki Al-Sheikh and others know something that I don't. Because if they're rating a retired fighter as number 1, what that tells me, he's not really retired. And I'd be very interested to know what you think about this and why you think the Ring magazine is rating Tyson Fury as number one. Are they rating him as number one to have a trilogy fight with Usyk? Oh God, no, I don't want to see that. Are they rating him number one so that him and Dubois can have a fight? I would actually be very keen on that. I'd like to see Tyson Fury fight real fighters. He hasn't fought a mandatory since Dillian White, who was probably his last proper win, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, who has Fury beaten? It's lost to Usyk, life and death with Ngannou, who doesn't count, for the same reason it doesn't count for Joshua. Chisora trilogy? So if Tyson Fury is in there so that he fights Dubois, well, sign me up, I'll watch that. But he's not going to fight Joseph Parker. I wouldn't think so. I mean, he might. Kabayel. Joshua? Is he coming back to fight Joshua? I don't know. It seems weird to me to put a retired fighter, a man who's been adamant, I'm done, in there as number one. It's not a misprint, it's not a typo. I would be curious if the Ring magazine was still owned by Oscar De La Hoya or somebody, or just was an independent publication. But the fact that it's owned by Turki Al Sheikh makes me go, So, let me know what you think. If you like this video, please like, please share. If you're new and you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe. That would be awesome. Most importantly, wherever you are in the world, have a fabulous day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.